sorry.
Okay, let's head out on over here. Now, does anybody grow strawberries?
Yes.
I want you, as you walk by my cherry tree, observe the size and color of these strawberries growing in full shade. We're not talking like filtered shade, it's like full shade. Look at the runners coming off of them. I mean, come on. Check this out. Now, for anybody who likes strawberries, you see all these runners stuff coming out on the edges, you're welcome to come and dig these out and take them home because they'll come out easy and you got strawberries. And they're a very nice strawberry. But look at the height and the color of this in full shade.
Mine aren't that big.
I'm talking in full sun, yours aren't that. And they're telling you in books you can't grow strawberries in full shade. You got to grow in sun. I want you to see this. I want you to start erasing the lies and start getting like, I got lied to.
Yeah, we're being told to companion plant.
Do I prune my trees all the time? Pruning is so essential. It's a stimulant, produces more food. Now I want you to come up, observe over here. The potatoes I'm growing in the root ball of my apple tree. These are potatoes, and they're growing in the root ball of my apple tree. I'm being real.
I see it.
This is where all the roots are. And the potatoes are growing quite fine. There's not a problem.
No mounding.
And you see, no mounding. You see the asparagus over there. You see how tall the ferns are. Under my apple tree, asparagus, growing just fine. The holes in the trees that some poor woodpecker thought he would find something, and he didn't get anything. Nothing there. But it's not affecting my tree. Tree's not hurting.
And it's okay to have the leaves and apples touching the ground?
What am I going to do?
Maybe sometimes people put a branch underneath.
When you put a branch under it, a brace, track with me. And if something were to move it, because the plant's not strong, it's going to break.
Oh, right.
It's not an answer.
But they seem to be doing okay.
Seem to be. Seem to be? Excuse me. I mean, in any orchard you go to that are doing this for a living, none of their trees look like this. You don't have this kind of green foliage. And they foliar feed. They spend money to get this. They didn't get close.
Your apples aren't white with spray.
What's that now?
Your apples aren't white with spray. Asparagus right in front of you.
You see this asparagus over here? Growing under my trees? And you see this barn takes out the afternoon sun? So I totally tried to find a place which would be the hardest, most difficult place to do it. That's where I planted them. They're doing quite well. I'm having so much fun doing things they say you can't. Because I'm seeing that there aren't any cants. Now here's an example of the challenge I have. See this young tree here? You see the branches on the ground because of all the apples? I mean, I'm in orchards, track with me. They're all pruning the trees down. Trying to bring them down. I'm trying to get my trees up. I can't get them up because there's so much weight of fruit that pulls everything down. Look at this. This is a cool looking tree. Does it look like a Japanese bonsai to you? Wow. It's a Japanese tree. It's a mutsu. And it gets 120 pounds of these huge yellow apples. But man, they're on the ground because the weight just pulls it down.
Wow.
So I want you to notice that in this environment, everybody hear me. You know why we have large farms in the United States?
Yes, because not everybody farms.
No. The reason we have large farms in the United States and Canada is because they're producing so little. They have to be big. I'm being honest. They're producing very little. And you're going to see very shortly that in this space you're standing on, you could grow unlimited food under all the trees totally. You see the squash plants back there behind you? Yeah. What's so cool about planting squash in the orchard? In a garden, they take up a lot of room. But in an orchard, you just let them run. There's all kinds of space. And see, these will never be watered the whole summer.
Do you have deer here?
Yeah,
Dogs.
I have deer.
But they don't eat your...
I have dogs.
Oh, that's right.
The dogs tell the deer, this is my home. You're not welcome. They bark every night. See this little tree right here?
Yeah.
This is its second year here. The first year it had 30 apples.
Wow.
30 apples. And you can see, I mean, look at how the branches are all bent. I mean, you can't prune a bend. Those are bent over because of weight. We're talking sheer weight, man. Just incredible. And see, my challenge is abundance. I have too much. And see, I prune my trees open because I'm trying to reduce the amount of fruit. I'm trying to reduce the amount of fruit I get, but it's not working.
What do you do with all your apples?
I have a walk-in cooler, and I'm eating apples right now I picked 8 months ago that are totally awesome, and every morning my dogs and I eat apples. And that's all I have for breakfast for the whole day because it's amazing food, and I feel so grateful. I'm telling you, honestly, billionaires are not living at the quality of life I do. They don't have asparagus like that. They don't have it. Even if they found someone that grew it that well, by the time it got to them, it's wilted. It's not that. And so the quality of life I experience, this amazing clean air, the incredible water I have, this awesome food, is huge. Huge. Quality of life, man, is significant.
Can I pick this dandelion?
You're welcome. Go pull that dandelion. Here, she wants to get that dandelion on your foot. Now move the wood chips away from it so you can get the trunk, and then watch how cool it comes out.
You got to remember, she's from Norway.
So listen, Norway's fine. Go off the other, the next one.
That's a tree.
A little volunteer, huh?
Yeah.
Now I want you to notice the ground you just moved.
Yeah.
You see, get in there with your hand. Go dig in your hand. You see how soft and pleasant that is? Now, I want you to pick up some of that and run it by your nose. Smell it. Are you getting that odor? Everybody hear me. If you go to organic farms that raise your food and you pick up their soil, there is no odor because there's no minerals. What you're smelling is minerals. That is the odor of minerals. And in organic farms, the soil has no odor.
Hey, Preston.
Isn't that beautiful stuff? Look at that. You see how with your hands you can move it. And it's full of, and look at that. You couldn't make by tilling anything close to that. And you know, I didn't do anything here. I just put wood chips down. This all happens by itself. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
So when your tree gets this many apples and it's, are these branches going to eventually break at different times, or some of them? Or you could, so we got one fruit tree that it's doing the same thing, and I didn't know whether.
If you're concerned about it breaking, get some weight off.
That's unreal.
You know, just again, intuitive. You know, I've been here long enough to know this is no problem. But if you have a concern, when a branch breaks, it's not coming back for a long time. So save the branch by taking fruit off. Isn't that awesome? And see, after all the fun you did, you put it all back and there's no impact. I want you to get
I know.
how
I'm so
incredible,
jealous.
not jealous, you're going to do this.
Oh, man.
You came today and you saw this and you're going to take it home. Because you saw it. And it's doable. There's nothing mysterious happening here. It's just flat out wood chips do all this. And I want you to get it. It's awesome.
The garden is so beautiful. It makes me weep.
We should, because this is the nature of the Creator. He's good. He's really good, and He loves us, and He made it really good.
Paul, did you say that you don't water, or that you water once it's planted?
This orchard has not been watered. Everybody hear me? This orchard has not been watered for 37 years, ever. And last year we had a significant drought. No impact. Yes.
So these little guys here,
Those are suckers coming up from the roots.
you're not being gentle.
Apple trees? Trees?
Pear tree.
If you leave
No,
them, then they'll just...
I'm going to pull them all out, but unfortunately my son was helping me, and I have one coming up over here where these people are standing. 30 feet radius. There's one right there. See that one out there? Now everybody track with me. So you were taught in school that the roots go as far as the drip line.
Yeah.
That's as far as the branches. We're all saying yeah because that's what you're taught. This is a 9-year-old dwarf plum. You understand dwarf? You know how they create dwarf trees? They graft into a rootstock that doesn't develop roots. And because you have a small root system, that keeps the tree dwarf. Not many roots, it can't get big. And so they tell you got to stake them. This is coming out, it's 30 feet over there. This is 25 feet radius in 9 years on a dwarf tree.
Wow.
And you know what I'm getting in my spirit? The Creator laughs. It says in Psalm 2 that he laughs.
Yeah.
And I just think he busts up. He says, I can't be dwarfed. If I'm living in a healthy environment, it's impossible to dwarf me.
Yeah.
I just won't be. And I love it. Now this track with me. Here's why I never have to water. You see, if you had a root system going as far as a drip line, that's pretty limited.
Right.
If you take this out and you do a circle all the way around that tree and realize that you have roots that dense in that space, you don't need a lot of water. Are you following me? Because it has so many roots, it can take up. And that's why everything you're eating is so full of water, because they have these awesome root systems. Because in this material, there's no resistance. Nothing to stop them. It's full of air. It says, come on, move in, you're welcome. Get big. There's all kinds of room.
For that reason, when you plant an orchard, you always recommend like being away from any sort of structure like a wall or.
Yeah, because it's going to move it.
Right. So that's why I was asking. It's
Yeah, the roots will move the wall.
preferable open space.
Yeah.